What are some cheat codes you found in the game of life? Hey guys, welcome back to the internet. So we've been having a lot of pretty disturbing and disgusting type videos lately, so I think it's time we got something a little more wholesome. Several times in life, I've cold called a company to confirm my interview time. I didn't have one prior to my call, but in their confusion and inability to find my resume, I've managed to secure an interview about 4 out of 5 times. Twice I've gotten the job. Hey, I guess that beats going through the whole application process. So when my daughter was little, and she still believed Band-Aids cured things, one time she had a bellyache, so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. The power of placebos. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The way you deal with kids is so much different than how you would deal with adults. It's like, the way their brain works, you have to use a different sort of logic with them. Funny enough, sometimes the best way to raise kids is just to see how well you can trick them. So when I was in my old 500 plus person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored, or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers, and walk around. I called them my walking papers, and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission, but nope, not in the least. P.S. Worked on the executive floor/wing too. Hey, I mean, as long as you look like you're working, that's all anyone in a big office seems to care about. It's kind of funny just how little is expected of you in a lot of jobs. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom, you've got yourself a felony. Am I the only one who had a bit of a hard time following this one? I mean, I get what it was trying to say, but it was a bit poorly worded. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free stuff from being nice. And no, it's not because I'm a cute girl, because I'm not. I'm an overweight, balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I ask nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. Oh, I see. So you trick them into thinking that you like them to get what you want. But no, I have to agree, back when I would read all of these stories about these entitled parents and stuff, they would always freak out and complain that the staff wasn't good enough. And usually it's if you're a jerk to them, then they're not going to be that great to you. So it's usually the worst type of people who end up with the most complaints, and I think it just kind of snowballs if you get into that habit. Once you unlock not giving a crap about what other people's thoughts, you basically double your mana indefinitely. Yeah, this is something that I feel I've gotten more used to pretty much every year that I've gotten older. You know, people always would say oh, look at that old guy, he's completely lost any care of what anyone thinks of him. And it's really true, because I remember being in high school and you were just so worried about not fitting in or drawing a bunch of negative attention to themselves, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why high school is so awkward, is because everyone's just afraid to be themselves. And then people would always tell me oh, once you get into college, nobody cares anymore, everyone just does their own thing. And I had a hard time believing that at the time, but now I'm just I can't imagine living my life for somebody else. If you have no complaints about your food, service, or staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server/host/staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks, appetizers, chips, % off my bill, all just for making a polite comment to management. Man, this video's starting to feel really cheesy. It's if we're all nice to each other, then the world will be a better place. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart. Without pausing, he turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said "Gesundheit," and continued lecturing as if nothing had happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. Remember how 30 seconds ago I just said, I don't really give a crap what people think? If I let out a big fart and a bunch of people heard that, I would just laugh it off and be alright, who can beat that? If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. Well, I hope that all of my chicken-owning viewers found something helpful out of all of this. Maybe one of you, if we're lucky. No one stops a guy or a girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. Yeah, same with wearing a lanyard and carrying a clipboard around. If you look like you know what you're doing, other people aren't really big on stepping up to you. As an adult, you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running, and they will. Yeah, this is something that I've recently just, realized. Like when I was a kid, if I was doing something and an adult came up to me, even if I didn't know who they were, and just like told me what to do or what not to do, like as a kid, you're kind of just like, uh-oh, the grown-ups are in charge. But for me, I'm like 25. I don't see myself as like a full adult. It's really strange to have like that sort of power over little kids, I guess. I'm just like, why are you obeying me? I'm not in charge of you. You become the people you surround yourself with. Huh. Well, I guess since I don't really surround myself with anybody, I'll probably just end up as a wild card. It's kind of funny though. Sometimes I'll be talking to somebody and I'm just like, you know, it's been so long since I've been like around a lot of people, so I've kind of just forgotten what is socially acceptable or not. Sneeze on your knuckles before a fight to inflict poison damage. Ooh, now we've got some aggressive cheat codes. If any website offers a percentage coupon like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often have them. I mean, maybe you could just start with like 100% off. Maybe you'll get lucky. Ask questions about everything. Ask people about themselves, be open about stuff you don't understand, and ask questions about that. When you forget someone's name, own up to it and just ask them. I'm amazed at how many people won't acknowledge even a tiny amount of ignorance, or won't show honest curiosity about something, can't admit they've forgotten something they feel is important, and won't ever ask for help. Guys, your life becomes so much easier if you just drop the freaking ego and ask. I feel like this thread over time has just been derailed into like life advice. I feel like most of this stuff isn't really cheat codes or life hacks. Get a credit card like Amex Blue that has a 3 to 6% cash back at groceries. Buy all your items at grocery store. I'll use Kroger as an example. You can buy normal groceries and gift cards for like Amazon, Delta, H&M, McDonald's, whatever, and get cash back on that deal. Then, if you time it with their 4 times fuel rewards, you could save $1 a gallon off of gas up to 35 gallons. Altogether, the math works around being 12 to 15% off pretty much everything, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the credit card game is really interesting. Anytime somebody's like offering you money to do something, or like cash back or certain benefits and rewards to sign up for their thing, there's always going to be people who like take it to the max, take it to the extreme, and just find the perfect optimal situation on saving the most money possible. If you're genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. I like how most of these hacks are just like, hey, you want a secret on how to be extra lazy? But I guess if that's what you're going for, then good luck. If you're bald and you shave your head, you'll be mistaken for an angry skinhead, and panhandlers won't ask you for money or cigarettes. This is another one of those where, like, halfway through the sentence I thought it was going a completely different direction. Living within your means makes life pretty easy. Yeah, I can attest to this one. Now I'll go ahead and open up a little bit about my finances here, but I can live off of less than $1,000 a month. That includes like rent, utilities, groceries, gas, phone, you know, all the necessary payments. And even extra stuff I ever feel like spending money on. But I always think it's crazy when I see people who are making like 2 or 3 times as much as me, and yet they're like, what? No, I can't afford to do anything, I'm broke. And I'm just like, well, that's because you're wasting all of your money. I mean, when you really work it out, it's not that hard to just not spend money when you don't have to. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of this video. I've just been rambling because it was kind of a short one. But let me know if you guys have any secret life hack cheat codes that you use. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.